Welcome to Jazz Time. JazzTime.com is an online store that buys, sells, trades authentic luxury watches. We make these videos so our customers can easily choose the best watch for themselves in the comfort of their own home. If you like this watch and would like to purchase it at the lowest price anywhere online, click on the link in the description below to buy it at JazzTime.com. Today, I'll be reviewing the Patek Philippe Aquanaut Chronograph in white gold with a green khaki dial reference 5968G-010. I'll tell you a little bit about the history of this watch, then I'll tell you about where it stands in the lineup of other similar Aquanauts. Then I'll tell you about the case, bezel, dial, bracelet movement, finally try it on and give you my thoughts. So let's start with just a little history. Now, the Aquanaut is the brother of, or I would say little brother of the Nautilus. The Nautilus came out in 1976, and then in the mid-90s, Patek decided to follow Audemars Piguet and release a equivalent Aquanaut to their offshore. And it's more or less a evolved version or sportier version of the Nautilus to appeal to younger crowds, putting the watch mostly on a strap, although not only, but mostly on a rubber strap, and making it very sporty looking. And so that was when the Aquanaut was created around 30 years ago. And since then, they've gone on to do many different variations. One of the variations they did was the Aquanaut Chronograph, which came around, I think 2017 or 15, something like that. And it came out in steel only. And then in 2021, Patek decided to release two more variations of it in white gold, one with a khaki green dial, as you see here, and one with a blue dial. That was in 21. And then I think around 23 or 24, I forgot, one of those years, they did the same thing, but released it in rose gold. And this is the largest Aquanaut that you can get. You can't get anything larger than 42. The next size down is 40. There's not a whole lot of Aquanauts. And so this one is one of them, pretty much the one that you can get if you like bigger watches or you want a watch with more presence on it. Okay, so with that said, where does it stand in the lineup? Well, it's the Aquanaut comes with time and date only. There's also a travel time or a GMT dual time one. That's 40 millimeters. Then there's this one that you see right here, which is the chronograph, and it has a chronograph and a date, I might add, because that's important. It's important to know the date. And there's 4 variations as of 26 on this one. And they make some other ones as well, but I'm not going to go into them because most people are not going to get them. They have the latest one was annual calendar moon phases. That one's also 40 millimeters. And the rest of them are either ladies or they're with gems and other stuff that most people are not going to be able to get because they're like $500,000. Okay, so that's a little overview of where this one stands. So let's start talking about it, starting with the case. The case is going to have the same case size and look as the other Aquanauts, but the difference is that it'll be 42 millimeters. There's actually another 42 millimeter Aquanaut as well. It just doesn't have a complication. It's a 5168. This one's a 5968. What can we say about the case of this? It has your typical Aquanaut case. It does not have a very sharp beveled edge to it. It has a high polish on the case, and these pushers that look very recessed into the side of the case, so it almost looks flush, but it does add some beefiness to the case to make it look more masculine. And of course, the crown has the emblem of Patek on it with some ridges on the crown itself to make it easy for you to unscrew it and turn it. And I might also note that the click on the start stop and the reset are very satisfying. If you click it here like this, you can hear and of course feel that it's very sturdy, as it should be for this price point of a watch. All right, and so you also have you have alternating high polish and brush finish. Patek is known for this kind of thing, and yeah, of course they do a fantastic job on that. Okay, and so let's look at the next, and that's 42 millimeters, guys. That's quite large. And you might think, well, it's not that large. Let me give you the lug to lug distance. Okay, the lug to lug distance is 50 millimeters. That's on the larger side. It's not super large. It's on the larger side. It's about as big as at least I would go with a. If you have a 7-inch wrist or so, 50 millimeters is about as large as it can get, but it takes up the entire wrist at that point. But, you know, some people like watches with bigger presence, and this would definitely fulfill that void. All right, so that is the case. Let's look here at the next thing. I forgot to mention the thickness. Now, the thickness is only 12 millimeters, considering that it has a chronograph and a date at 12 millimeters, about the same as a Daytona. It's not too thick or too thin, just right, as you would imagine, especially at 42 millimeters. You don't want it too thin or too thick. Just the proportions on it are just right at this point, I think. 50 millimeters. Lug width, 42 diameter, 12 millimeter thickness. Perfect, if you actually ask me. And all made in white gold. Okay. All right, let's look here at the dial. The dial is going to be green. Yeah, green. But not a green that you couldn't wear. It's a khaki green. Khaki green, kind of like a green that you might see on clothing, and it can match a lot of other clothes. You can match beige with it, blues, red even. It's a nice green that's not really gonna. It's not like a forest green or lime green that just is gonna hurt your eyes every time you look at it. No, it's a nice green, and it's very sporty. Okay, all right. So what can we say about it? Well, the dial is gonna have the Aquanaut pattern. You see these little. It's like a globe almost, and that pattern persists throughout. It's what the Aquanaut is known for, and that pattern is extended into the bracelet as well. If you look at the hour markers, you have white gold applied numerals. So the numerals are applied in white gold, and at the periphery where you see these hour markers, that's when the luminescent coating is, so that you can read it at night. That's a really positive thing. And you have data at the 3 o'clock, and you have a 60-minute counter at the very bottom. So that's your chronograph right there. And so it's quite a useful watch. You have the two most useful complications, both the chronograph to calculate elapsed time as well as the date, because we often forget that. Let's look at the bezel here. Now, the bezel is really probably what makes this watch so special. Otherwise, it'd just be a circular watch. But they do this odd, irregular shaped. I wouldn't say irregular. It's regular shape, but it's just not circular. And it differs from that of its cousin, the Royal Oak or the Offshore, in that the lines are much smoother, unlike AP, which is angular. These are much smoother lines. You have a satin finish top and then a beveled edge, just like you do actually at Audemars Piguet, except it's a much more softer lines. And in some ways, I think that makes the watch look more elegant. All right, so let's look at the next thing, which is a strap. Now the strap here is just going to be a rubber strap. It's khaki. You can actually get other colors if you like. I think they make it in black. You can get it in brown or blue, or just keep it tone on tone green. And these are once you cut them, you can't extend them again. So you have to make sure that you cut it just right. And there's no extension to make it looser or tighter. It's just one size once you cut it. But that's not necessarily a bad thing. The rubber strap is quite comfortable and quite durable. It's going to be more or less devoid of scratches. And so it's going to be a very comfortable watch to wear. And it has the new style buckle. The old style buckles don't have this beautiful butterfly clasp. They have a pressure system. This one has a sort of a locking mechanism. I think it's a lot nicer, and it looks nicer too. If you look at the detail on the buckle, you'll notice that it's high polish, contrasted with satin finish on the emblem. Within the border is also having satin finish. It's just a really well done buckle, and it's all, of course, made of all of white gold like the rest of the watch. Let's look at the movement here now. The movement is going to be, get this, composed of 308 parts. That's That's not a small amount. It's not a huge amount, but it has a chronograph and a date, so it's a decent amount. It has a power reserve of 45 to 55 hours, and of course it looks beautiful. It's automatic winding, and if you look at the back and just look at the movement, it's a beautiful movement. What can I say? You know, it has a nice gold rotor, and it's beautifully done, as a Patek should be, and is. Okay, all right. Now, I guess that brings me to the end. Oh, I forgot to mention, it's a movement CH28-520C. And not only is it a chronograph, it's a flyback chronograph. So if you start the chronograph and you want to reset without start-stop, you can just simply press the bottom and it'll reset it immediately. So I think that's pretty cool. All right, time to try this watch on and give you my thoughts. I like the Aquanaut a lot. Actually, the Nautilus and the Aquanaut are probably my two favorite, probably everyone's most favorite. Those ones do very well on the secondary market. They have excellent resale. They're beautiful. They're unique. They're instantly recognizable. And the Aquanaut really just takes the Nautilus and brings it a step further into the sports realm by putting it exclusively on a strap, so that you really have to wear this watch in a sporty type manner. So it's an ultra luxury sports watch for someone who really appreciates watches. Whereas some other watches can do two functions as a dress watch and such. For example, a Nautilus could also be as a dress watch, but this Aquanaut really is just a sports watch. And making it with this really cool color, bigger size, I think it really checks all the boxes for those who want to have a luxury sports watch. So for that, I'm going to give it 2 thumbs up. And if you'd like to buy at the lowest price anywhere online, click on the link in the description below to buy it at jazztime.com.
If you want to find out more about the watch you just saw in the video, you can just click below on Show More to see the full description. Then you can check the link next to Model as seen in video, click on it, and you will get to the proper page where you can see all the details. If you're watching on a mobile phone, you have to click on the arrow down on the right hand side below the video to see the full description. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. If you would like to share this video with your friends, you can use the share button below and share it on any platform you like. If you have questions, constructive feedback, want to tell us about some mistakes or misspeaks, just write a comment below. If you want to see more videos like this, you should subscribe to our channel and visit our channel page where you can find all the videos. And if you're interested in a specific watch brand, you can check out our playlists. If you want to check the price for a watch or want to buy one, remember at jazztime.com you always get a steep discount, so you should check the prices with us. If you want to know the price for a specific watch, just go to Google, type in JazzTime, plus the brand, model, and the details you're interested in, and Google will find the right page for you. Thank you for watching.